JJ. Currently, it's 3 above.
It is cold. It feels like minus 17. Brr.
Yeah, not too good.
No, not right now anyway. It is 7 minutes after 8 o'clock. David Fine is here from the Heartlanders.
We were talking hoodies before we went on the air, and David's he says the hoodie he's wearing now is the warmest thing he owns.
Yeah, you can wear this hoodie, which I've had for 15 years now, 14, 15 years. You can wear this hoodie in weather like this.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not saying you're going to wear it for 30 minutes outside or 40 minutes without a winter coat, but if you're outside for 10 minutes wearing this thing with a winter hat, put your hands underneath. It's completely fine.
Yeah, this one that I've got on. It's the same way.
Yeah.
We were talking about that too. We were saying how that the hoodie that you're wearing, Jim said the hoodie you're wearing is of a similar style.
Yeah.
So,
except it doesn't say Syracuse.
no, I don't think I've worn this all year for like a calendar year, and this is I'm shouting out my alma mater and their increasingly awful basketball program, which is. They're a football school apparently now. They won 10 games this year, so for football,
that's pretty good for them.
Yeah.
That's really good for them. That's I know around here, 10 is kind of 9-10 is about the norm, but Syracuse hasn't had many seasons like they had this year for football, but unfortunately their basketball team, which normally would have about 15, 17 wins right now, I think has like 8 or 9. So
yeah, they're beatable this year.
They're very beatable, and the order of things. Not to talk too much about my alma mater, is normally, at least for the last 20 years, basketball is so far and away the number one. Lacrosse is number 2 in terms of fan interest, and then number 3 is football.
Yeah,
lacrosse and football are close, and obviously football gets a higher attendance. But in terms of winning programs and what the community supports, it's actually really like lacrosse is the second program. So that order's been shifted up a little bit. It's been put in a bottle and shaken around a little bit. But anyway, it's a warm hoodie.
All right,
that's the important thing.
Now, speaking of warm, the Heartlanders are hot. How many games have they won in a row now?
5 wins in a row for the Iowa Heartlanders. What a weekend. We were here a week ago with our assistant coach, Kevin Schmidt, and Kevin mentioned how important of a weekend this was, and the reason why was the Heartlanders, which were still second place in the division, and the teams we were taking on were in 4th and 5th in the division, and the top 4 teams make it to the playoffs. We're now about halfway through the season. Friday's the official halfway mark of the season, so for our game this Friday. And you beat teams that are behind you by a little bit, and they fall further and further and further behind you. Well, Indy, one of the teams we were playing, they lost 3 in a row this weekend. Heartlanders beat them twice. We hosted Kalamazoo on Friday, and we beat Kalamazoo, and they lost 3 games this weekend. So Iowa the Heartlanders really increased their lead on these teams. And what that means is that the path, when you talk about the importance of the games coming up, Heartlanders have a few tough games, and going to be some great crowds this weekend as well for Pride Night on Friday, and Wild Wild Midwest Night on Saturday is going to be awesome too. And it makes it a little bit easier. There's less quote unquote pressure on you. Every game's important, but winning these games against divisional opponents makes your path easier. The Heartlanders are now 5, 6, 7 games, 10, 14 points up on these teams now. So it makes life easier.
Yeah, you've widened the gap, and that way, if you do suffer a loss or 2 in a row, you still are sitting okay.
Yes, and I think the best thing about this year's team is that in hockey, if you have a commitment to defense, it's like, in football, if you have a good defense, or, basketball, it does make your life easier. And the way this team plays is very hard and very aggressive, and that helps the defense shine. So this weekend, the Heartlanders allowed 5 goals in 3 games. It's really easy to win 3 hockey games when you're giving up 1.7 goals a game, essentially. So that's what Iowa did, and promotionally, it's going to be awesome this weekend. We have a new team that's in first place in the Mountain Division. They're coming from Lake Tahoe, actually. They got here yesterday. They arrived much earlier. They were already on a road trip, and instead of flying back and then flying here in a few days, so they're here for the week. And I know we talk about this a lot. The first thing they said when they arrived yesterday, one of our coaches was there as they were walking in. One of the players said, "Wow, this area is amazing." Like the Iowa River Landing and kind of how it looks here, Iowa City and Coralville. And we heard that they're the team that's visiting again from Tahoe, on the Nevada side, but just by a mile on the Nevada side. State Line, Nevada is where their arena is, right a mile away from South Lake Tahoe. They're here for the week, and they're going to be seeing the sights. And I think it's probably too cold to go up to the Field of Dreams today. But we heard some rumors of they're going to be going. I think they're going to have dinner a few places in Iowa City, kind of see the area. So it's cool.
Sure.
It's their first time ever here, and it's neat for a team that's coming from Lake Tahoe of all places to come here and say, "Wow, this area is awesome." Because you know what, it is, and there's a reason people like playing here and seeing games at Extreme Arena.
Well, and you've told the story about some of the teams in the league. Their arenas are kind of in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by huge parking lots or whatever, in an industrial area or what have you, where this one's tucked into a real nice, thriving retail area.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that makes it great for I've said this a couple times on the air as well, that whenever I make that left off the highway and then the left into the Iowa River Landing right after that, I'm like, wow, this is so neat. Like, you forget how neat it is.
Off the interstate, and within minutes you're at your desk.
Yeah,
if you want to be.
If I want to be today, maybe I'll maybe a little bit later today. But the just the way the team is playing has been awesome to see. And then the crowds this weekend were great. We had our best crowd of the season on Saturday nights for a big win as well against the Indy Fuel. And then this weekend this weekend's gonna push that needle again. So there's still tickets available for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All three games are against, I guess, our new friends coming from State Line, Nevada, Lake Tahoe, from Lake Tahoe, California, Nevada. And we're looking forward to having just an excellent weekend. And I know last year when we were on, someone called in and said, "Hey, what about the youth tickets and youth ticket specials?" Well, we have it going for the rest of this year that we're doing $10 online youth tickets. So you have to purchase them online. You can call in and we can help you through the process. Call the Heartlanders office, not the Extreme Arena office. But there's a link that's going to live right on the front page of our website for probably the rest of the year to get $10 online youth tickets to any game this season. And, with one adult ticket, if you have two kids, so if you buy one adult ticket, you get two specially priced online youth tickets for kids 17 and under. So that's one regular price ticket, two youth tickets. If you have 3 kids or 4 kids or 5 kids, you can just keep on adding it on as long as you
awesome.
as long as you buy one regularly priced adult ticket, you can get the number of online youth tickets that you need for kids 17 and under.
And this weekend, you got one of those your real special days, the Wild Wild West night on Saturday. What's going on with that?
Yeah, so we were kind of toying around with doing a country night, and we have these sort of 5 nights throughout the year. This is one of the 5 where we're doing pregame events, a party, a tailgate kind of thing beforehand. So and it's going to be hopefully a little bit warmer this weekend than it is right now.
It's going to be really nice Saturday.
Yes, and it's indoors still, which is great, which I still appreciate. And it's at the Hyatt, so we're doing a pregame party, where Fry Fest is at the Hyatt Convention Center there. We have mechanical bowl, axe throwing, live music, food, beverage, games, win prizes. You can win game day experiences. So if you want to ride the Zamboni, you have to RSVP for the pregame tailgate. Just with your RSVP info, that automatically enters you into winning, riding the Zamboni, or there's a bunch of other game day experiences. Riding the Zamboni one's the one everyone wants,
of course,
because I've never even ridden a Zamboni in all my years working in hockey. So you can do something I've never done. But anyway, so pregame party from 3 to 5 p.m. and then the doors open at 5, so you can walk on up to the front doors of Extreme Arena, come on in and watch some hockey. And then it's our Wild Wild Midwest night is what we're calling. Instead of Wild Wild West, Wild Wild Midwest, but it's our country themed game. And we're going to be having, there's going to be cowboys at the game, and we're really going all out. Country music, different things to win during the game. Cowbell giveaway too, which is awesome. So it's going to be loud in there. And and we're just looking forward to a great. Yeah, there's your cowbell. Looking forward to a great little gnat sound in the background there. Looking forward to a great night on Saturday for Wild Wild Midwest night with a great crowd. It's going to be awesome.
Well, it should be fun, and it's great to see the Heartlanders having a good season too. That makes it travel and everything else just a little sweeter for you.
Yeah, and so it's funny you say that. Especially when you're coming home from a long road trip, if the team wins that final game, it's so much fun because everybody's in a great. Imagine the difference between. What was the movie? 12 Angry Men. Imagine being around 30 angry men on the way home. 30, 25 hockey players that are not in the best mood, and obviously the staff too. So this year we've had a fair share of wins to end the weekend, and then this year also with the Heartlanders, we've been really good on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Like every day's kind of had good records. So it's been a good vibe around the team. It's a really fun team to support. We're pretty rowdy as well. We're up near the top of the league in penalty minutes. Had a fight again on Sunday. 25 penalty minutes total. You get 5 for a fight. So there was a couple other things that happened throughout the course of the game, and they're pretty chippy games, and it's just a fun group to get behind. So we're looking forward to all 3 games this weekend with, again, Pride Night on Friday, Wild Wild Midwest Night on Saturday, and then Sunday's game to finish up the weekend against those Tahoe Night Monsters. That's their name.
And it's KNIGHT.
Yeah, because they're the Vegas Golden Knights affiliate.
Oh,
so
okay.
Night, like you're knighting someone, like medieval
Yes.
knight. The Tahoe Night Monsters, which they have a really cool logo.
They do.
It shouts out the lake monster that is allegedly in Lake Tahoe is their logo, and it's like the eye of the monster on a lot of their jerseys and gear. It's a really neat take. So they're probably near the top in terms of minor league hockey names. There's also the Swamp Rabbits in our league, the Greenville Swamp I'm trying to think of a few other ones in our league that are great, but I think those two are there's the Ghost Pirates, the Savannah Ghost Pirates from Georgia. So those 3 have the monopoly on the weirdest and I guess maybe the most unique names in our league at least.
And this will be the first time you guys are playing this team. So
yeah, and they're here again. They've just played 30 games, 35 games in their history, so they're here for the first time. And I know Steve's thinking over there what his favorite of those 3: Night Monsters, Ghost Pirates, Swamp Rabbits. Which one?
Pirates.
You like the Pirates? Ghost Pirates.
Pirates.
Ghost Pirates. Okay. I knew you were percolating over there. Which one would be your favorite?
Well,
one,
Savannah is well known for its voodoo and that kind of stuff in that area. There's just with the swamps and everything, and along the waterways, there's a lot of eerie stuff that goes on. Apparently,
they play right into it. Apparently,
I'm sure they
so
do.
with all the history there. So, Night Monsters is a pretty cool name, and you know what? I don't mind the Heartlanders name either, especially the logo.
And the logo's very cool too.
Yes.
And you can get merch at the game, and you could get tickets on the website, IowaHeartlanders.com. And good luck this weekend and for the rest of the season. I'm sure we'll see each other again.
Yeah, we'll be back in a couple weeks next time we're at home. But again, this weekend we're home for big homestand and looking forward to having everyone out. Thanks again, guys, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Thanks.
It's pretty cool what's going on there.
Yeah, it is cool.
It really is. It is 20 minutes after 8 o'clock.
Iowa